I know it's a couple minutes early. Don't worry, you're not late. Um, I promise. Let me pull up the book. Um, it's raining a lot. It's 12, okay, 13.
Chapter 13.
So, I know today's Valentine's Day. There's probably not going to be a whole lot of you here today, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You go enjoy your events of today, whatever they may be. I hope that you are having an amazing weekend. I do. I am not going to lie, I'm very overwhelmed. I have been trying to pack and get ready and do everything that I could do for months now. We've been planning this trip, not necessarily this cruise. We didn't know we were going to go on a cruise. We just knew we were going to go on a trip for 2 years. Eventually, we got to the point where we were settled on the cruise, and that was about a year ago. And then after that, we got all settled and all of that stuff. And since then, I have been, okay, what do we need? What do we need? What are we getting? What am I doing? And I've slowly been building that up. And now I feel like I haven't done anything and I feel lost and I feel very overwhelmed. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? But hopefully, I need to pluck my eyebrows. But hopefully, within the next few days, I will start to feel some relief. Well, I don't really have a whole lot of days. I have, including tomorrow, I have 4 days. 4 days tonight, what? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I have 5 nights and 4 days until we leave. And I am busy. I'm busy decanting things. I'm busy recanting things. I don't even know if that's a word. I'm busy making sure that I try to have my entire everything done. Let me see. Because this morning I was almost in tears and I text Nicole and I was like, I need help. Help, help, help. I need help. And what I needed was another brain because I did not have a working one. My brain was outside of its capacity to continue to move forward. And lucky for me, she was willing to do that. Hello, Liza, how are you? I was trying to read your name from way over here. Girl, I'm blind. I don't see that far. I was like, that's right? Okay. How are you today? I'm just talking to myself right now. I started a little bit early because I am trying to get the last few things that I need to get done for the cruise done. And I am just tripping, you know? And how are you doing today? Sorry, my book is a little mushy, but we are going to use my handy dandy book. We are going to add in our list that Nicole helped me make of all the things that are needed for this cruise. What I did was I took her list. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear you're doing well. You got any plans for Valentine's Day? I took the list that she made and I just printed it out. And so I am just going to put this list over in my book. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's perfect. Perfect length. I didn't even think about it, but oh yeah, we're going on I don't know if you know, but we're going on it's a short cruise. I mean, it's not the shortest, but it's a 7-day cruise. It is a celebration for my mother's 60th birthday and David's 45th birthday. My mom and him share a birth date. So she's going to be 60, he's going to be 45, and we are going to um, Belize, Honduras, and Mexico. So we're leaving in just a few days, and I'm just trying to, at the last minute, get as much as I possibly can. Um, I know I have that already. I think my problem is I'm going to need to break this down. Okay, so I do have the electrolytes. I know I have my swimsuits. That's pretty much all I have. This big old list. It's like the only things that I have ready. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything else is just like partially. Like for my medications, I'm waiting for something to come in the mail so that I can put them into that. Um, my toiletry bag, there's a couple of things that are coming today that I didn't realize I was in need. I ran out of space. So I'm waiting for those things that I ordered last minute to come. I obviously can't put my brush in because I only have one, so it's gotta wait. Um, and let's see. Guess I could put nah, my passports and cards and cash are gonna wait till the last minute too. But everything else, like my toothbrush, water pick, that's gotta wait. But everything else can get put together today. Um, well, by the end of today, because I just got out of work. And after this, we are, do you know what mahi mahi is? Mahi mahi is my favorite white fish. I do not like um, fishy fish. So I don't like salmon. I don't like shrimp. I don't like lobster. And especially not somewhere that's landlocked. We're landlocked. Um, I'm not trying to give myself poisons again. And you love salmon. Everybody does, but I don't. Hey, Miss Sandra, how are you? Oh, your internet's being a butthole. I'm sorry. Mine is too. It's the weather. Well, for you, I don't know what it is, but here we're having a really bad thunderstorm. So I'm hoping that everything behaves. And we'll be able to get through this today. But if not, I'll just cry about it later. It's simple. We'll just cry. But mahi mahi is my favorite fish. It's a white fish. If it's done well, it is very reminiscent of a steak, which is weird because I don't like steak. So what I don't like about steak is I don't like how it is just too thick for me. So it gets stuck between my teeth and I don't like it. So it's not that I don't like steak or the flavor of steak or the taste of steak. It's just that I can't handle it in my teeth. So I just don't do it. But we are doing the last minute things. I am having this bag of explosion, but almost everything is ready in here except for a few things that David needs and my conditioner. But other than that, yeah, we're gonna make mahi mahi, which is very stinking expensive, but what better day to splurge than Valentine's Day, right? So we're gonna make that, and he likes rice. I don't like rice, but I'm gonna make rice because that's what he wants. He wants rice with the mahi mahi. So I said, okay, that's what we'll do. What up, Miss Nicole? I was just saying, okay, Sandra, you missed it. Probably, I don't know. Maybe you didn't. I was like, help. My brain was fried. I couldn't think. So Nicole was nice enough to make me a list. And then I printed it out on my little printer and then I put it in my book. So we're going to go through it, highlight all the things that we need. I still don't know what happened to the other these. I'm going to have to find them. Put it in that box because that box is going with us. And that's it. And apparently I'm a weirdo who doesn't like salmon. Do you guys like salmon? Lisa says or is it Lisa or is it Liza? Says that she likes salmon. I unfortunately do not. Well, I don't know. Fortunate, unfortunate, who knows? One of those. It's one of those things. For me, I just don't like it. He loves it. He loves when I make salmon. But I won't eat it. I can't eat it. It's too fishy for me. Like last week or the week before, he wanted fish, and we found some really good looking rainbow trout. I really wanted mahi mahi, but they didn't have any. So we got rainbow trout, and it was like, I didn't like it. It was too fishy. Woohoo! I just walked 1.2 miles. Yay, Nicole! That's the first exercise since all of your stuff has been going on. Well, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Good for you, girl. I have not done any walking today. I have just been literally sitting at my desk all day long. We were slammed today. You would think something crazy was going on out in the world, but nothing was going on that I know of. Like all of the messages, nothing was, well, out of all my messages today, I probably had 2 or 3 of them that were cancellations or delays for today. Everything else was for like future stuff, or there were things for today, but it was all voluntary, like, I changed my flight from yesterday to or tomorrow to today, and now I need seats or whatever. And so it was a lot of that, but it was nothing that, I don't know. It was nothing that would make me believe that we had been so busy, but we were. And it didn't slow down until I clocked out. So, and I have a friend who's still working right now, and she's like, it finally stopped. And I was like, yay. I literally just finished, and definitely took me longer, but that's okay. That is okay. Do not push yourself too far right now. You have gone through a lot. You need to be able to heal, not just in your body, internally and externally, but all of your brain needs to catch up with everything that's going on. And if you push yourself too much, it's going to stink. It's the second one. Shoot, how did I say it? I forgot what order it was. Liza, right? I think. Do I have to rewind? I'm so sorry. I'm such a nerd. You don't care for fish at all? I mean, I don't blame you because I don't either. But I can see why. I mean, I don't know your reason, but I can see why people don't like it because I don't like fishy fish. I grew up on the coast of the Monterey Bay, where a lot of everything was caught fresh. I'm used to fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and fresh fish that are caught. And coming into somewhere that doesn't have any of those things is hard. It's hard to deal with. So I guess we're having mahi mahi and rice. Well, he's gonna have rice, and I'm gonna have mahi mahi, and it'll be all good. Because I was gonna do some vegetables, but I don't think we have any after all, and it's too scary outside, so I'm not gonna send him out there. But other than your internet being a butthead, Sandra, how's it going today? We know Nicole, congratulations on her 1.2 mile walk. Um, Pretty soon, Nicole's going to be doing her Pilates in circles around us, and we're going to be like, wait a minute, aren't you still recovering? Calm down. Slow your roll, madam. Slow your roll. But yeah. Oh, remember how I was doing the skin fix yesterday? How it was taking like 50 years to do it? I finally got it done today by using a floss pick. I had to like push the air out, and it was dramatic, but I got it done. Yay. So I wanted to I know we're probably going to be pretty slow in here today because it's Valentine's Day, and I don't want to be like, oh, I'd like to wait as long as we can, but I don't want to keep everybody waiting when um, people are probably not going to be here today because it is Valentine's Day, of course. Let me let somebody know who I keep forgetting to tell. And she's gonna be like, you never remind me. And I don't blame her because I do that to people. You didn't remind me. But it's hard to remember to remind everybody. I try my best. I'm trying my best, okay? Trying my best. Liza Minnelli. Okay, Liza, thank you. I would have been like in circles trying to. Which one did I say first? One thing about me is that I'm forgetful. Something will come out of my mouth and I will instantly forget I said it. So I'm sorry. No, David and I do not have plans. I had to work. Remember, I was supposed to work until 5:30 today. I made a mistake and I picked up this whole weekend until 5:30, and I wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be next weekend. And I'm a nerd. So I did get off 2 hours early. Somebody picked him up. And so we didn't make any plans. And then we had book club to do today. So instead of like real life plans, it's also raining. So he went this morning and picked me up a coffee. It's already melted, but I don't care. And it is a sugar-free, I forget what it's called, a sugar-free waffle something, protein waffle something. And he picked that up for me this morning. I gave him his gifts yesterday. Sorry, not this weekend coming. This was supposed to be last weekend. And I did pick up last weekend, but I didn't realize what I was doing. And I ended up picking up last weekend and this weekend at the same time. I was like, oops. You got your workout done. Oh, yeah, I can't even read. I got my workout at the gym done early this morning. Yay! I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's next weekend, but I was supposed to pick up for last weekend because it was Felicia's week for book club. And I said, let me pick it up. And then I picked up today and tomorrow by accident. I was also going to pick up Tuesday and Wednesday, but I realized I am way far behind with getting stuff done that I need to get done. So I decided not to. Well, we'll see. Because at the last minute, I'll probably be like, guess what I can do? I got everything done, which I probably won't get everything done because that man over there keeps saying, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. He is not bothered. I'm over here like, sir, can we get this done tomorrow? And then he's like, oh, I have to work. I was like, I work every day too, but I'm still trying to get it done. I just like to get it done and put it away, get it done, not put it away because where's it going to go? But I just want it to be done and put it out of my mind, because everything's done. I get the last minute things like a toothbrush and your hairbrush can only have one hairbrush. I get that, right? But everything else, when are we going to need a bathing suit from now until then? Not going to need one, so we can pack it. But I did find. Oh, did I tell you guys? I did a video of it though. I put up a question in the community post. I want to know if you guys want to see a pack with me and what I do to make a 2-week trip fit into a single carry-on plus personal item as a plus size person, because being plus size is not always easy, right? Yeah, like I just want to get it over with. And he will do it Thursday morning if I let him. He'll just throw everything in a suitcase and be like, we're good. And then when we get there, a bunch of stuff will be missing. And then I'll be like, and I'm probably still going to forget things. I hope not, because you would have thought I would have made my list a long time ago, but I never did. And biggest reason is because being on a health journey that includes a major weight loss put me in a mental rock. Like my mentality was stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? I was in this place where I was like, I am losing weight. I don't want to buy clothes. I don't want to like have things. My mom's been telling me for like a year. She already bought her bathing suit. She already got her water shoes. She already did all these things. But my mom's not actively losing weight and I am. And I'm like, but I can't do that because if I do that, I'm going to be packing for the size that I am now. And I might not be that size. Well, I will not be that size then. Or what if I think what if I think I'm going to do a lot better than I'm doing? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So yeah. I can't figure out how you are going to get it all packed. Oh, girl, trust me, it'll get done. That is so true. When I was bigger, it was so hard packing my clothes because exactly, they're so much bigger. And now that they are smaller, but still big, but smaller than how big they were, we're pretty okay, right? So I've been recording that. I just obviously couldn't finish because we did the toiletry stuff here on live, which, okay. So I'll just go through it in the video and put it in there. But I was waiting for my mom sent me some dresses that she bought for me. So I was waiting to pack those things and put them away. But it looks like we are not going to be having um, so yeah. Okay, you guys. So chapter 13. How funny, huh? Chapter 13, the day after Friday the 13th. This one is, I feel like we shouldn't even do book club today. I feel like we should have done it tomorrow because it's Valentine's Day, but it is what it is. And I don't want to keep putting you guys off track because it's not fair. It's not fair to keep doing that. So let's start with Let Them, Mel Robbins. You guys need to let me know if this is too loud or too low. I do have it about halfway volume.
Chapter 13.
Okay, too loud. Well, too loud for me. I hope not too loud for you, but oi.
Best friendships of your entire life.
Is that good?
Now, we've covered a lot about adult friendship over the past 2 chapters, so I want to just remind you of some of the key concepts so that you have them front and center as we dig into how you're going to create new friends.
Yeah, I think it's just me, you, and Nicole, but that's okay. That is all right. We're going to do what we got to do. But is that too low, too loud? Is that good? It's the same speed as always. I have never moved it since the first time I did it.
First of all, we covered the great scattering and what happens in your 20s when friendship suddenly becomes an individual sport.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. We could do it today. We could do it tomorrow. We can do whenever you guys want. I don't want you guys to be like, why do you keep putting it on a different day? It is completely up to you guys. We're not going to leave the house because of the weather outside. I just don't want to be wet. Like, I'd rather just be home. And we already have the fish. I was going to say marinating, but that's not right. We already have the fish in the refrigerator defrosting because obviously it has to be frozen, right? Because I'm not going to get it fresh if it's not flash frozen. Not living here. But hey, so you don't have no plans today? You got a husband? You don't have no plans with you and your husband? I'm confused. I'm Confucian.
When all along when you were a kid, it was a group sport and how you didn't see it coming. The next thing you learned is the 3 pillars of friendship, which is proximity, timing, and energy. This is an amazing tool that you will come back to over and over and over again to just remind yourself of what it takes to create new friends. And it also explains why some friendships fade and why you don't have to make it so personal. It's okay. You just got to be more flexible. Now, what we're going to jump into, how you're going to actively find the best friendships of your entire life starting today. Because like I said, I just did this at the age of 54. When we moved to our new town, I felt so lonely.
I'm going to tell you right now, even though you guys are not physically here, I feel like I've already done that.
I was brand new to the area. I knew no one my age. At some point in your life, you're going to experience this exact same thing because every life change creates changes in your friendships. For example, you're going to experience this if you go through a breakup or you get a divorce and people start to pick sides. You'll experience it if you or a loved one go through some major struggle and people either have no idea how to support you or they're just uncomfortable. So they distance themselves. You'll also experience this when you move for your career or your education. And even if you're super excited about the change that's happening, like you're going to your dream school or you're moving to your dream city, the reality is when you get there, you'll have no friends.
I think we talked about this last time. You guys are both from relatively close to where you grew up. I know Nicole left further away for a while and then moved back. And I know that Sandra's about 90 miles-ish, 90 minutes, 90 miles-ish away from where she grew up. Was that a difficult decision for you guys? I am like 1,700 miles away from my hometown and all of my friends, all of my family, all of my everyone. It was hard, but I knew that if I wanted something different, I had to face that it was going to be hard because it was going to be hard there in a different way. And it's hard here in another way. But here, I'm able to do things that I couldn't do there. I'm able to buy a house. I was able to get the position is not my dream job. The position isn't my dream position. Excuse me. But my employer is at least in the field of my dreams, you know? Oh, that stinks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. One day, I hope. One day you'll be able to remote and you could just be wherever you want. I hope.
And you've probably experienced this in your life. In fact, the first time you may have experienced this is when you went to college. You get to college, you're all excited, and you expect to meet all your best friends right away. But that's not what happens, is it? It doesn't happen because everyone's going through a major change and everyone's nervous. And so they latch right onto the first person they meet. And within a week, it feels like everybody is already in a friend group. But if you really think about your college or even high school experience and your friend group, by the time you graduated, your friend group changed a lot, didn't it? Well, that's because it takes time to find your people. And that brings me to a rule of thumb that I use whenever I'm going through any kind of major change. Give it a year. When my daughter went to college, she called crying all the time. She'd be like, I'm at the wrong school. My people aren't here. I need to transfer. And I constantly told her to hang up the phone, go to the cafeteria, and sit with somebody who looked interesting. I would tell her, you got to put yourself out there. And most importantly, you have to give it a year.
Nicole says that I always wanted to move away, but wanted to go to the Carolinas. But that all changed once I had Bray. Well, guess what? He's an adult now. So how come you have to give up on your dreams because your adult child is now an adult? He can go with you if he wants to. Is that something that you just completely gave up on and it's no longer something that you're interested in doing? Or is it just something you feel like you can't do because you have a child who is no longer a child? Which I understand. I understand that it's not always easy to look at kids as, even when they're full-grown adults, it's not always easy to look at them as full-grown adults, even though they are. But if that is still something that you in your heart would like to do, you have the ability to do that.
Now, she hated that advice. I mean, hated it. She called me all year long. She felt so lonely and desperate. It was so painful to experience that as her mom. And the two friends that she made early on in college, they felt the exact same way. I'm going to give a huge shout out to Lexi and Michaela right now. Because to their credit, the three of them, they just kept putting themselves out there their entire first year. Now, I know my daughter Sawyer, and she was doing the work. She was asking to sit with people. She was DMing people online to get lunch. She joined 1 million clubs. She tried out for the club lacrosse team and got cut. She went to the events on campus, but nothing clicked. It truly took her a full year of trying. And then, in the very last few weeks of school, she met one of her now closest friends, Mary Margaret, who then introduced her and her 2 other friends to the 7 girls who to this day are Sawyer's people. She had to give it a year. And I'm telling you this because you're going to need to give it a year too. But when I moved, somehow I forgot my own advice. I needed to be reminded, Mel, just chill. It's going to take a year of trying. Within a week of moving, I was convinced, just like my daughter, I'd made a huge mistake. I felt so bad for myself for an entire year. I cried all the time, just like my daughter called me crying the first year of school. Oh, I'm never going to find my people. I would cry her, I'm never going to find my people. I was so convinced that I'd never find a person that I could connect with or relate to. But if you're wondering, okay, well, what were you doing during that first year, Mel? Nothing. Seriously. I was sitting in my house feeling lonely. I was burying myself in my work because I didn't want to feel lonely. I was not putting myself out there at all. I was not looking for opportunities to connect. You know what else I did? Oh, I played sad music. I felt bad for myself. I would cry and complain to my husband, Chris. I was closed off. See, I was making the mistake of just expecting that friendship, it was just going to fall out of the sky and land in my lap. It doesn't work like that. And I'm sure you've had an experience like this.
You mean I can't just sit at home all day long and the man of my dreams is going to not like just appear on my couch? You know how many people I know, like seriously, are like, I'm looking for love. I want a partner. I want blah, 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 blah. And they do not leave their house. And I've told them before, like, hello. I've literally said that to them. And they're like, you don't understand. What do you mean I don't understand? I mean, it's not something I care to do myself. I have him. What do I need somebody else for? But you think that I met him literally just sitting on my couch? No. He didn't just appear there. But I guess it is something that a lot of people feel will happen.
This too. Maybe you've moved, or you changed jobs, or you went through a breakup, or you've been really busy taking care of a family member who's struggling. Or perhaps, like me, you've become an empty nester and you felt like, holy cow, I'm really starting over. Well, in those moments when life changes, I'm sure you felt pretty lonely. This is normal. And even if you have great friends, if they're far away, you feel alone if you don't have any
Mhm.
friends that are near you. I mean, it
Mhm.
got so bad for me that I was on a walk one day and our two adult daughters happened to be home and they were on the walk with me. And I'm sitting here literally sobbing on the walk about how I have no friends, how I hated where we lived, how moving was this huge mistake, that we lived in the middle of nowhere. I'm never going to find any friends. They don't even have apps here where you can meet friends. Like, I am screwed. And so we're passing by the house of this woman.
There's apps where you can meet friends. What does she mean? We met at the airport. I knew that I was going to move. I knew that I knew that I was no longer going to stay in my hometown. And I knew that I needed to move somewhere else so that I can buy a house, so that I can do something, so I can get out of whatever was going on, right, in my life, in my like rut. I was stuck in a rut. And I knew that I had no future going forward there. So I had to leave. And what I ended up doing was I ended up traveling the US some, right? Trying to see, like, okay, does anywhere feel comfortable, right? Does anywhere feel like somewhere that I want to be? And my cousin had lived in Dallas, or she was living in Dallas. So I was like, hey, let's go on a road trip. I'll fly to you and then we'll, go around to the area and whatever, and we'll see. And she was like, okay. So we did. We went to Arkansas, we went to Oklahoma, we went to New Orleans or Louisiana, and then we came back this way. And during that trip, we also went to San Antonio and Austin. And during that trip, I don't know, I just felt comfortable here. I just felt like something here was like, I always knew that this wouldn't be permanent. I always knew that. But I felt like this was it for me right now, right? And so I said, okay, I made my decision internally. I hadn't really talked about it yet, right? Like, I made it internally. And then I went to the airport to come home. We got there really early. I was sitting there just minding my own business, looking for a gate, sitting there, and then like, oh, you know how you can go near your gate and then there's nowhere to like sit or whatever, and you're just bored, like twiddling your thumbs. So you go sit somewhere else and you just keep an eye on your gate, like, are they boarding? Are they boarding? Um, Stuff like that, right? So I kept doing that. And his sister-in-law and I work for the same company. Obviously didn't then, but he was there picking her up for something. Picking her up or picking, I want to say it was her up. And I met him there, or he was dropping her off. Well, I don't remember what he was doing, but he was there for her. And I met him by the baggage claim or whatever, and we were just talking, and I was like, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. Just talking to somebody, killing time, really. And he ended up finding me on Facebook, and he sent me a friend request, and I didn't think nothing of it. And then I got home. It's so funny. I got home on March 16th of 2017. That day that I got home is the same day that I started all of the balls rolling to move, because I already had decided where I was moving to. And it probably was like a month before I heard from him. And then one day I just get a message from him on Facebook, and he was like, "Hey, how you doing? Whatever." He tells me now that he thought I told him I was going on vacation to California. He thought I lived here. And really, I was saying I just finished vacation and was going home to California. So it was a big old confusion. And then we just started talking, and then we've talked every single day since, and here we are. Every single day since. So March 16th, 2017, it took 1 year to the day that I landed in Salinas, in my house, got home, started packing, started doing everything because, again, I like to do things in advance. And then from there, I arrived here, and the reason I arrived here on that day was because I got delayed. I was really supposed to be here an entire day earlier, but there was a really massive storm in Arizona, through New Mexico and Arizona, that like just delayed me an entire day. And I ended up having to spend the night once I got to Amarillo because I was like, I can't drive another 6 hours. I can't. Like, I was driving 12 hours the first day, 16 hours the next day. It took forever because of that storm. And I was like, plus I was driving my Tahoe with a tow behind it and my car on top of it. So I was driving two cars. And I was like, I I can't. And at that time he had a job where he would work 7 days in a row, and then he would get 4 days off for the weekend. And then he would like, his days off would change. So, like, in 1 month, he would get a whole 4 days off for the weekend, and then the next week, he would get, like Sunday, Monday off, or Monday, Tuesday off, and then the next week, it'd be Wednesday, Thursday, and then the next week would be, uh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then no days off. And it was the same repeat, right? Every single week. So the plan was that I would arrive here on like 2 or 3 days before. Oh, I forgot how it was supposed to go. That I was supposed to get here on a day off or something, right? And I ended up arriving late because of that storm. And then it didn't dawn on me until I was so exhausted from everything that had gone on, all the drive, all the storm, all the emotions of leaving my family behind. And suddenly I was like, I'm tired, mentally, more so than physically, right? And I said, I just want to shower and go to sleep. And I took a shower and I went to lay down. And I realized, because I was keeping people posted on Facebook of my trip, because people were texting me left and right, "Are you okay? Where are you now? What are you doing now? Are you okay? Have you done this? Have you done that? Are you okay?" And I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna stop responding to everybody individually, and I'm just gonna start posting on Facebook, my trip," right? And then, remember how Facebook used to send you, memories? Suddenly, a memory popped up, and it told me 1 year ago today was the day that I arrived back home in Salinas from my trip here, and that was the day that I got here, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." But he was staring at me when he heard you making noise. "Oh, no, poor puppy." Um, I met my husband on a blind date. Oh, how cute. One of my college classmates was dating his brother. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. Um, and it was meant to be, because I've got my phone on my lap. He's probably thinking, why is your poo nanny speaking? But yeah. So right now I was thinking, because remember I told you guys I'm going to do my nails. While I was staring at my toes, I decided to take my socks off and decide which ones match. So out of all the ones, these are the ones that match the most. So I'm going to take these ones and do them while I'm over there. Just had to tell you guys that. So that's what happened. And we've been together ever since. And here we are. And I've lived here since March 16th of 2018. We are approaching starting my 9th year in like a month.
That I had met once, 6 months prior. And I just mentioned to my daughters that I had met the woman who lived in the house and she seemed like she could be cool. You want to know what my daughters did? They forced me to walk up her driveway right then. And then they made me knock on her door and say hello.
Can't blame them.
Doing that? No. I was scared to walk up her driveway.
Yep.
And as we started walking up her driveway, I'm like, oh my God, this is actually happening. You want to know what I felt like? I felt like a loser. I was thinking, has it really come to this? Do my daughters really need to be dragging me up some stranger's driveway right now? That's how pathetic things are? Yeah, it had come to that. And when I really think about it, This was the exact same thing I was telling my daughter Sawyer to do when she would call me crying freshman year at college. Hang up the phone and get your butt over to the cafeteria. And come to think of it, you know who I learned that from? My mother. Because when I was a freshman at Dartmouth, I would stand in the hallway on the payphone, calling my mother, crying, I hate it here. Everybody knows each other. They all went to these private schools out east, and I'm like a public school kid from nowhere in Michigan. My mom finally got so frustrated. She's like, if you call me one more time, you're staying home after the holidays and going to the community college. For crying out loud, pull yourself together and get your butt off this phone and go meet some people. I never called her again. And it was exactly what I needed to hear. Stop crying to me and go talk to somebody your own age. Now, that was 1986, and it was exactly what I needed to hear. 34 years later, when I find myself in this tiny little town with no friends, whining to my daughters about how lonely I am, it's the exact same advice I needed to hear again. Was it embarrassing to knock on her door? You better believe it was. In fact, I could feel my heart up in my throat, because as soon as we knocked, you could hear the dogs barking, and then you heard footsteps coming. And when the door swung open, it wasn't the woman I had met. It was her husband. I'd never even laid eyes on him. I asked, is Mia here? And then blurted out, I met her a while ago. I'm brand new. I'm really lonely. I thought I'd stop by and say hello. And then my daughters chime in. Our mom needs friends. She thought your wife was cool, so we made her come up and say hello. Honest to God, that's exactly what happened.
That's embarrassing.
Well, thank God he was gracious. He invited us in. He even gave us a tour of their house. We met the dogs. Mia came out from another room. She was thrilled we stopped by. We exchanged numbers. And 1 week later, she and I were walking that very same loop together. And that was the beginning of turning this part of my life around and learning that adult friendship isn't something that happens. It's something you create. And I'm happy to report that from that painful knock on Mia's door and 100 other awkward little moments where I was introducing myself to someone at a coffee shop or pulling into a field at a local flower farm to tell the owners that their flowers were incredible, to saying hello to the person next to me at an exercise class, I have been able to slowly but surely create my own new little community. And over the course of the year, I started feeling like I not only knew the familiar faces in my small community, but by getting to know them, I found my people. This is why you must focus on the let me part of the let them theory, and a particular habit I'm going to teach you called going first. What does going first mean? Simple. Let me be the first to introduce myself. Let me be the first to say, I'm new here. How long have you lived here? Let me be the first to say, if you ever want to go for a walk, let me know. Here's my number.
Are you guys good at that? I'm not good at that. He's great at that. He will talk to anybody. He'll make friends with anyone. And I'm just like, I'm so awkward.
Slowly but surely, one awkward conversation at a time, I not only met my people, I found some of my most favorite people I have ever met in my entire life in this tiny rural town. Who knew? And if I can make amazing friends in my 50s, you can make amazing friends too, wherever you live, at whatever age you are. It is never too late because everyone wants and needs friendship in their life. And even if people already have their quote friend group, there's always room for someone you truly click with. All you have to do is go first. Be the one to say hi to whomever's around you. It makes all the difference. And I didn't do that for a long time. For the first year that I sat in my house crying like a baby, even when I was out, I was closed off. I would walk into the coffee shop. I'd see the same people every day. And I knew no one's name because I didn't ask. That's why I didn't know anybody. I kept to myself. I didn't talk to anyone. Mm-hmm. The second I started going first, I just walked right into that same coffee shop that I had most days for an entire year. And as the cashier rang me up, I said, I'm Mel. I'm in here all the time. I just thought I'd introduce myself. What's your name? Kevin. And when he handed me the coffee, I said, thank you, Kevin. And then when I sat down with my coffee at a table, here's a little tip I want to give you. I immediately opened up my phone. I created a new contact file for the coffee shop. And in the notes section, I added Kevin, the tall barista with the beard. And I did it right away because I was afraid I would forget his name if I waited until I got into the car. Next, I turned to the young couple who I'd seen morning after morning at the coffee shop but never spoken to. Hey guys, I see you in here a lot. I moved to the area about a year ago. I just want to introduce myself. I'm Mel. What's your name? Gregory and Jordan. It couldn't have been nicer. And then I immediately put their names in my coffee shop contact under Kevin's name in the notes section with a short description. Cute married couple, moved from Los Angeles, baby is adorable. Then I asked them, how long you guys lived in the area? Turns out they just moved here a year ago too. Next, I asked them, so what do you guys do for a living? You want to know something crazy? Gregory works in the podcast business and Jordan is a psychologist. What are the odds? And to think I've spent almost a year sitting 10 feet away from two people who I have so much in common with. It's incredible. And that's why I say your people are all around you. And I really want to hover on this point because what I was doing in the...
I agree. It is a really good tip, especially because you have your phone all the time. You can make digital notes, even if you are not a weirdo like me who carries little notebooks with her everywhere she goes. David too. He has a bunch of these because he uses them for work, and obviously because I buy them for him and give them to him and make him, but they've worked out perfectly, right? So it's so easy, even if you do not carry something like this, just to add it to your phone. But I never thought of that. I never ever considered that, but I'm so glad to hear that great tip.
Coffee shop goes way deeper than just making small talk. I was starting to create a community for myself.
For her.
The warmth that you offer others always finds its way back to you. Simply knowing all the names of the familiar faces around you will make you feel more connected to where you live. Plus, the more people you meet, the faster you're going to find the people you truly connect with. And there's even more benefits to this. By going first, you create a connection that has a huge impact on your well-being and happiness. And this is a connection that's often overlooked. Researchers say that these kinds of people, the kind of people that you sit next to at a coffee shop or stand next to in the elevator in your building, they're not strangers. They're what researchers call weak ties. And these kind of relationships are super powerful, and they're an extremely important part of your life. They can become a foundation that you build that lifts you up in your day-to-day routine. That's why it's important to learn people's names, say hello, pet their dogs, put descriptions in your contacts so that you can refresh your memory before you walk into the coffee shop tomorrow. Because one conversation at a time, I started to create almost like this social friendship scaffolding. It was a network of people around me that I started to call by first name. Hey, Kevin. Hi, Gregory. Hi, Jordan. Which made me feel less lonely.
You know what's weird? I'm the kind of person that I don't go out of my way to speak to people, but when I interact with somebody, like a barista at a coffee shop, I always try to look at their name tag, or like if we go to a restaurant or something, your waiter introduces himself by name or they'll have a name tag. I always, thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Gregory, whatever name she just used. I'm always trying to include people's names into that interaction because it's really simple just to move your eyeballs down and read their name tags. You might, and you guys know me, I don't remember things, but I can read for the most part. I can read their names and be like, blah, blah, blah. Hello, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, blah, blah, blah. Can I get some more water? You get what I'm saying? I always do that. But I never considered making notes about it. And I'm super excited to try that. Okay, we are going to do an experiment, you guys. I don't know how well this experiment is going to go because I'm leaving, but I want to make an experiment where when I interact with somebody locally, I want to make notes and see how it goes. I don't know what they're doing.
It's also how I met one of my now closest friends, David. We were living a mile away from each other for a year, and we never met because we were both sitting alone in our houses feeling sorry for ourselves. It started as a hello in a coffee shop. And now, David, he's one of my most favorite people in the entire world. And he and his husband, they become like family. If I can do it in a town of 3,000 people at the age of 50, so can you. And the let them theory is going to help you take this on. Will some people be a little awkward? Yeah, they will. Let them.
I'm going to be awkward too.
People be warm and receptive? Yes, let them. Creating friendship really is about the let me part. And here are 4 simple things that I did that will really help you be the one that goes first. Number 1, compliment people everywhere you go. If you love somebody's nail color, tell them. If you love their outfit, tell them. If you like their socks, say it. People love to be complimented because they feel seen and appreciated. And it is a foolproof way to break the ice with someone without feeling weird.
Yep.
Second, be curious. Ask people what they're reading. Ask them what they ordered. People love to talk about themselves. And even if it doesn't go any further than the person saying, oh yeah, you should order this, or thank you get points for being the one who goes first. Third, smile and say hello to anyone and everyone you pass or meet. Because being warm and approachable as a person, it's a skill. If you practice it, it becomes a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
And when you move through life with a welcoming spirit, life opens up to you. And fourth, do this without expectation. The reason to be warm to strangers is because simply creating connections with other people improves your life.
Mm-hmm.
The warmth you give to others always comes back to you. Trust that the more you do this without expecting someone to invite you out to dinner or to click with them immediately, the faster the right people find their way to you.
Okay, I'm not trying to make friends right away. I'm just trying to learn how to interact with people in a less awkward way than I already am. Does that make sense? Then baby steps. And then we'll try to make friends with people.
You can kind of think about it in terms of energy. You're opening up your energy, knowing that the people that are truly meant to be in your life are going to match it naturally. And this isn't easy. You're going to have to push yourself to do this. And loneliness is real, but you're not stuck there. Yes, it's hard to put yourself out there, but it's way harder to stay in your house and feel lonely.
Yep.
I'd rather have an awkward moment than continue to feel lonely, wouldn't you? And finally, give it a year. Because building a network of warm connections that make you feel like you're part of a community, it's a vital layer of friendship as an adult. And it was shocking to me how simply
It's okay, amiga. We're not worried about it. It's pretty much kind of just going over what we went over in chapter 11, just kind of reinforcing it. But she did have a really good tip in case you didn't hear it, where when you go out into public spaces where, you know, the coffee shops say, because that's where she is giving the example and it's where I live. So she says she started making notes in her phone under like the coffee shop category, right? So when she would introduce her, oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that to you when you got here. So you would ask the barista their name, and which I think is kind of weird because don't they all wear name tags? But ask them their name and then write it down, the name with the blah, 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 blah. Description. That's the word, with their description. This way, when you see them again, you can hopefully recall it from your notes. Yeah, Mrs. Amiga, do you guys have trips, plans for Valentine's Day?
Starting to connect with all these people who were all around me made me realize that I was the one who was disconnected from the potential of friendship. The fact is, you can create community anywhere. I had been the one who was keeping myself from connecting with the community that was right in front of me. By isolating and separating myself, I closed myself off to the community that was waiting for me. Your soulmate, your favorite friend, could very well be sitting 2 tables away from you at the coffee shop today. Yeah. Don't expect them to find you. No. Go first, and you'll find them. And if you really want to accelerate your ability to meet people that you're going to click with, steal these 3 things that my husband and I did.
Oh, what did you do?
Number 1, look for events and group classes that interest you. It could be anything. CrossFit, yoga, running, walking, cooking, painting, improv classes, heck, furniture refinishing.
Oh, they do. Soon people have time.
These events and group classes put you in proximity with people who have a similar interest in a particular topic. Now, this is going to make it more likely for you to find people that you have things in common with, right? You're now using the science. Pretty cool. Second, when you click with someone, take it out of the class. You go first. Let me ask them to grab a cup of coffee or take a walk. And the more people you do this with, the more comfortable you will feel inviting someone you have just met to do things, and the faster you're going to find your people. And third, as you meet more and more people and you're starting to kind of build this scaffolding, look for events that are interesting and then reach out to the people you've been kind of hanging out with to see if anyone wants to go to it as a group. Maybe it's a concert or a lecture or a volunteer day. You know, one way I did this was creating a walking group with one woman I met at a hair salon.
See, that would be fun to go on a walking date. I know Nicole, and I'm trying to be sensitive to that and still I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I'm trying to be sensitive to that. But no, amiga, no plans except for this. We have plans to do this, and then after this, we're gonna have some mahi mahi with rice for dinner because it's a special occasion kind of fish. It's expensive. Hey, Jen, how are you? Miss Jen, I have been waiting for you. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Or as Miss Sandra says, Happy Galentine's Day. I, madam, want to know, you know what? Never mind. Ignore me. Let's see. I'm going to give you a minute.
At first, it was just the two of us. The next week, she brought a friend. And slowly but surely, I started inviting other people I had met. And now every Wednesday, we meet at 6:30 a.m. to walk a particular loop in the neighborhood. Several years later, it's still going strong. And the text chain, it has so many people on it, we can't add anymore.
Sandra, you know the rules. You tell us you go to the store, you got to tell us what you got. Did she have fun at least at the party?
And new people, they just keep showing up all the time. But walking is just one example. I've invited groups of people to meet up and listen to jazz at a local inn, to go to a wreath making class, to go see drag queen bingo night.
Oh, 100%. I love the walking group idea because, hello, I need to walk. Getting my walk in, first of all, is not only healthy for in here, it's healthy for here, but it's also healthy for my spine. You guys know I have a spine condition, and walking helps to keep it from fusing together, which is scary to think about. And I love that idea. So, how do we start our own walking group? Because I'm going to start one. Are we going to just like do digital virtual walking groups? Let's start with the virtual walking group. That sounds so weird, but let's try it.
And to volunteer to help a local flower farmer dig up her dahlia bulbs. My husband, Chris, he's also used this approach. He joined a gym, he signed up for a golf league, he took a bunch of paddle tennis clinics, and he got involved at the local ski mountain. He's become a hospice volunteer. All of these things led him to meet people with very similar interests. Chris then looked for fun things happening in town or nearby and invited a new friend to do it with him. He joined a team to compete in a men's ski race. He started a Tuesday morning sunrise climb the mountain and then ski down group. I skipped that one. That is not something that interests me, especially on a cold morning. But they meet in the parking lot and word is spread. And now on any given Tuesday, you'll see 15 to 20 people of all ages and from surrounding towns hiking up the mountain during the sunrise together. What does this tell you? It tells me everyone's looking for friends.
It also tells me that there's a lot of people who have time that early in the morning. I'm not one of those people.
And that slowly but surely, one hello at a time, you can make friends. And that every single one of us is looking for opportunities to connect with other people. So instead of sitting around hoping that someone else starts a hiking group or a walking club or a book club, you go first. Using the let them theory, you'll not only make better friendships, you'll be a better friend too.
Wait a minute. Jen is the only one of us who actually has real life friends. Wait a minute. You were not here last time. Are the friends that you have in real physical life, are they friends that you met as an adult? I think that was a question we asked last time. And if so, how did you meet them? Or are they friends like through work or school or childhood, lifelong friends? I know you are in the Boston area, but you are not from there. So, curiosity, because we want to know, how do we make friends?
And this matters. Your relationships create a good life. Good friends, they make you happier, healthier, and they bring your life meaning. Friendship is one of the things you'll cherish most as you go through your life. The let them theory will help you create the friendships you deserve, which are going to require you to be flexible. Remember, friends are going to come and go in your life. Stop expecting the invitation. Stop.
See, now I need a dog to go to the dog park and make dog park friends. How did Jen get dog park friends? Because of Lola. Because Lola is adorable, and who wouldn't want to be friends with the owner of Lola? Now I need one. Now I need one of those. But, madam, just so you know, this is your fault. This is all your fault. I've been waiting for you to come and see if you would notice. I was scared to do it. I didn't want to do it. It took a really long time for me to mentally be able to. But once I finally got the balls to do it, I walked into the hair salon and I walked back out. And then I went and got my pedicure done, and then I went back to the hair salon. And then I got a haircut, and it curled up, so it got shorter. But it was originally down to like right here, and now it's up here because it got so short. Well, it might still be down there back there when it's all of it though. It's not any much longer. But when it's more straight, it's whatever. But it does. It's just hard. It's just really hard. Amiga, are you like this? I know you're Mexican too. So in your surroundings, do your Mexican people see that women's beauty, women's identity is all in their hair? I know that that's how I grew up through my culture, right? That's the way that I was always taught and grew up is, you're supposed to have long hair. It's supposed to be well kept, blah, 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 because it's your identity. It's what makes women beautiful, right? Is their hair. And so when I started losing all my hair, because I've always been the person with gigantic hair and really long and really healthy and really nice hair. And then I got really sick and it all started falling out and coming out and all this stuff. And, it was hard. It was really mentally hard for me to cut. I ended up cutting like that much off at the salon, but I had cut just a few days before here at my house about that much. And so it was really hard for me to cut it because it was past my butt. But it was breaking off on its own. It was coming out on its own. I had to do something with it. It was only getting worse, but mentally it was really, really difficult. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kiwis, bananas, grapes.
Gripping so tightly when things start to shift, and start taking responsibility for how you show up. Let them will help you be more flexible and not take things personally. And it'll allow the right people to come in and let the wrong people leave.
First of all, don't be talking smack on my little Paco, okay? He's not antisocial. He's amazing. He's awesome. Oh, Sandra, is that, did you get the bagels, the Sola bagels? I can't remember what they were called. It does? Dang it. That's what David told me. He's like, it looks so much bigger. It looks like the way it used to, just short. And I'm like, it's already gone, so I can't do nothing about it. I'm just going to cry about it for a while and hope that minoxidil keeps working and keeps letting it. I mean, it is working because look, I don't have the bald spot right here as bad as it was. I mean, yes, it's there. But remember, it was like really bad. So the minoxidil is doing what it should do. Well, you guys can thank Jen for that. Dang it. I want to buy them and send them to you, but they'll probably go rotten in the mail.
It will also help you navigate this very awkward period where you're trying to make new friends. If you say hello at a coffee shop and they're not very friendly, let them. If their calendar is so busy they can't find time for a walk, let them. If they cancel plans this weekend because they've had a long week at work, let them. If they fall in love or have a baby and you're no longer a priority, let them. If they move away and start a different chapter, let them.
Yeah, see, we just heard about the walking club. So I'm gonna start my own walking club. I live right here, right by a park. You guys know how sometimes I do a video, mostly when I'm by myself, because David likes to walk at the bigger park. But I'll just walk to this park, or I'll drive right here because it's close. But it's right next to a school, and I always walk around there. And sometimes I see people, and sometimes I don't. But you never know. I don't have friends, so I can make friends that way.
If they stop returning your calls, let them. If they're prioritizing other friendships or work, let them. And if the timing, proximity, or energy is off, let them. People are going to come and go in your life. And the more flexible you are, the more they do. It's such a beautiful thing to let people be themselves and to let them live their lives. Focus on let me, because that's what's in your control.
Yep.
Let me be understanding. Let me make an effort. Let me check in without an expectation, but just because I care. Let me tell my friend that I really miss him and I wish we would make some plans to see each other. Let me trust when the energy feels off. And let me call or text if someone crosses my mind. Let me act with the belief that some of my most favorite friends I haven't even met yet. Let me go first, and I promise you, you'll find them. So let's summarize how to use the let them theory to master the rules of adult friendship. Because you've just learned that you've been approaching adult friendship the same way you did as a kid. We all do. You've just been expecting it to happen. And the let them theory empowers you to stop expecting friendship and to take responsibility for creating it. So let me highlight the problem so that you really see what hasn't been working. And the problem is the great scattering happened in your 20s and you didn't realize it. No one does. And you've been approaching friendship the wrong way ever since. You've just expected to be included. You've expected to be around your friends all the time. You've expected the text back. And that expectation has led to feelings of disconnection, isolation, frustration, and uncertainty in approaching new or existing friendships. Now let's talk about the truth. You've learned that there are 3 pillars to adult friendship, and those pillars are proximity, timing, and energy. It's your responsibility to understand these 3 pillars and adopt a flexible mentality and proactive approach to all your friendships. You have so much power in your relationships, and some of your most favorite people are just waiting for you to go first. So what's the solution? Well, using the let them theory, start creating connections without any expectation. You go first. Start saying hello to people around you and building that feeling of community wherever you live today. Sign up for that class, create the book club, send the text, and one awkward hello at a time, you will find your people. This approach empowers you to create the most incredible community around you, filled with friendships that are meaningful, supportive, and aligned with who you are. When you say let them, you release the need to cling to friendships that no longer serve you, making space for true connections that matter. When you say let me, you take charge of your social life, reaching out, initiating, and cultivating the kind of relationships that reflect your values and that bring you happiness. It's time to stop waiting and start creating, building the best friendships of your life and surrounding yourself with a community that uplifts you and supports you. You have so many laughs and memories to make and incredible adventures in your future. And don't forget about your old friends. They're not gone and they're not your enemies. And all it takes is one call and you can be rekindling something that you thought was lost. It's all there, waiting for you to reach out and create it. All you have to do is go first.
Okay, so that is a great idea. Do you guys remember I joined a gym and it was supposed to open New Year's? It didn't. And then they pushed it out to, I think, February 1st. And then I just never got around to going back because it's already been 2 weeks. But I've been overwhelmed with all of this. So I just was like, you know what? Why pay for a month that I'm not even going to be here for the whole month? So David and I talked about it and we're going to go back and address it in March. My work does have, I don't remember what it's called, but basically they have this like thing where you could pay, I forgot what it's called, but you could pay into it. It's like $10, $20, like different amounts for different sets or whatever. And then it gives you access to local gyms around so that I don't have to be pinned down to one gym, even though it would probably be better to be, because then that's how you would meet people, right? But the reason why is because none of them around here are 24 hours. And you guys know my schedule changes a lot. And the schedule that I'm on right now is a short schedule. We're already going to be bidding, I think next week, on our next schedule for the summer, which is going to be the longest schedule that we have. So if I committed myself to a gym that had hours available to just this bid, and then suddenly my schedule changes and now I need something that is 24 hours or something, what am I going to do? So I don't want to make excuses for not going. So to me, the best way to do it is by choosing something that will allow me to choose different options if I needed to do that. I don't know if that makes sense, but hey everyone, I'm like, no, don't worry about it. How are you doing today? Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you are having a good day. Do you have any plans? I wanted to join a walk club about 1.5 years ago, but time didn't work for me. Now they do so many other things together. I'm so sorry to hear that. But can you join now? Like, is it closed now and you can't do it? You do have a really weird schedule though. So I can imagine that it would be very difficult for you to find something to commit to on a regular basis. But your schedule, although a little strange, works for you and doesn't change, right? It always stays the same. So maybe you could find either that walk club or a new walk club. But if they still, I want to say, are accepting members, but I don't know how they call it. But if it's an option, could you still join now? And then you could just go and hang out and do all the cool stuff that they do together, and just include you now. I hope so, because I'd want a new friend. I'm always open to a new one. We like old ones, but we like new ones too. So why not? Maybe you could do that. Maybe that's an option for you. Now I got hair oil. And yes, I am still working on decanting my toiletries for the trip. Hair oil, argan oil. But just because you didn't join it then doesn't mean you can't now, as long as they are willing, right? And if not, then there'll be another walking club that you can join. I never even thought about it, but I guess it is something that is real. It's something that people really do. I think I might have heard about it like on like TV one day, like a comedy show or whatever, and they were talking about they were making fun of people, and they were saying that they were going to go join a walking club. And I just thought it was a gag, right? Like, that's not real. People don't do that. What do I know? I don't know people. I don't have a big surrounding of people to know these things. But I guess it really is a real thing, and that's awesome. I want to do that. I want to join a walking club or start one. I'm a chicken, so I probably won't start one, but I want to start one if I can't find one. Why not? If I could just go to this park every day at the same time, or every whatever day at the same time, and walk, somebody eventually might join me, right? Right? Well, if it's so big, why would you feel out of place? If there's a bunch of people, you will feel as awkward as the other people who were not there from the very, very beginning. It's going to be okay. But I understand it would feel, but even if you didn't know that they do things already, you would still feel uncomfortable because you'd be brand new anyways, right? But the good thing is eventually you won't be brand new, and you can feel as a part of the team. You could, maybe for all you know, they're going to be your most best friends ever. Maybe they all have Lola Juniors or Samson for Lola. I don't know a boy's dog's name. I was trying to think of one. a scooter for Lola. You don't know. What if they do? But Lola's got to behave because she has lots of boyfriends already. Maybe she doesn't need extra boyfriends. I don't know. Maybe I need to think about that one. But I think that if it's something that you're interested in doing and something you have the time to do, why not try? Even if it will feel a little awkward in the beginning, eventually you won't feel so awkward. And I just got to notice that tomorrow is going to be high pollen for the area, and that sucks. I don't want to have asthma issues tomorrow. Well, I don't get off of work tomorrow until 6:30 p.m. And I'm actually going to work it because, money. We like money. And then we decided these are the nails we're going to do on the cruise. I don't know how to use these, but we're going to figure them out. Sandra has assured me that they are easy to do. And I match them to my toes to make sure they coordinate. My toes are hot pink. But these are going to be good enough, right? But, Jen, I think that they would love you. I think you would have fun. And then I think that you would say, I'm glad I did this. How did you find out about the walking club? Because however you found out, that's how I got to start looking. How did you find out? Was it like did they put I don't know, like a garage sale sign? You know how people have like signs for garage sales out on the like road signs and stuff? Did they have like a sign that says walking club? I see stuff like that sometimes for dog walkers. I don't know if it's the same thing, but maybe. See, you're not even sure. So you might as well go introduce yourself, be like, hey, what's up? And start walking with them. And then you'll just become part of the group. You're going to be like, oh, that's just Jen. She's been here forever. and they're going to love you. Ooh, on Instagram. Instagram has stuff like that. Okay, what did you look for? How did you find it? Because I'm going to need to look on Instagram. I hate Instagram. But, oh, you know why I hate Instagram? Because I always end up death scrolling when I'm on Instagram. It is very easy to do that there. So I'm just going to have to be productive on Instagram instead of death scrolling or spiraling. How do they call it scrolling, right? Death scrolling? Yeah, instead of doing that, I'm going to have to learn to be productive on Instagram because that is a great idea. And I don't know how to do it, but yes. Oh my gosh, that is such a great idea. I don't know how to do it, but I have this machine that Harjit gave me, so I could figure it out, right? Doom scrolling, that's the word. Feels like you're dead sometimes when you're doing it, but yes, doom scrolling. Yeah, that's what I do on Instagram. I'll go onto Instagram for something, like somebody will send me something, they'll be like, hey, I sent you this on Instagram, and I'll go look, and then suddenly 3 hours went by and I was just on Instagram, just staring at the stuff. You have to check for your For You. There's a For You page on Instagram. I thought For You page was just on TikTok. I don't use TikTok, so I don't know, but I thought. Let's pull up Instagram. Let's see. See, and I have a bunch of messages in Instagram, and I bet you they're all from my brother. But okay, hashtags. Would it be a hashtag? Hashtag Fort Worth walking. Maybe there'll be something there. Nope. Nope. Long haired Dotson. How do you say it? Dotson. Range Rover Vogue. Like, how in the hell does that have to? I don't understand. It's not even focusing. There. I don't understand how that has to do with that. But make a sign if that is easier than a shirt. You want me to walk around with a sign? I would be like a sandwich board. I would be that sandwich board lady. You guys know how I don't remember where it comes from, but somebody walked around with the sandwich board and it had whatever that they were doing or saying or talking about on their sandwich board, and that would be me. Because I would not hold a sign. I'm not going to hold one. I would be like picketing while I'm walking through the park. People are going to be like, what is that weirdo doing? What is she picketing? And then people are going to be like, oh, let me go join the picketer because I bet you I agree with her. Can you imagine? I don't know why that sounds so funny to me. I'm such a dork. Maybe my For You page is broken because ooh, tags. There's a button that says tags. Nope. Okay, that's not it. Hey, Keely, how are you? I looked and you do not have an email address on your page anywhere that I could find because I was going to send you an email because we are going to plan this trip because I'm dead serious about coming to see you. Because Keely doesn't believe that I got my passport now. Ooh, you guys missed it. When I got my passport, I showed you guys my old passport picture and my new passport picture. And it's a big, huge, gigantic difference. But I don't know where my passport book is. I mean, I know where my new one is, but I don't know where my old one is. So wave your arms. Right? Walking group. I like company. Please come join me. Please come join. They're going to be like, or they're going to be like, you know what? I want to go join her because whatever she's on, I want some. Maybe that's what they'll do. Right? T, I did see your email this morning and I was going to respond and I forgot. And I'm sorry. We were slammed this morning. Unfortunately, the company that I work for does not hire anywhere in Texas or Florida. I forgot where you said you live. Since they closed our call centers, they are no longer going to hire here. So you would have to be in like Salt Lake or somewhere in Minnesota. I can't remember where it is in Minnesota. In order to get a job, and you have to be in office for an entire year before you can apply to go work at home. And then once you get to work at home, then you can transfer to one of the what's called a virtual center, right? So like Texas has a virtual center, but they don't do that no more around here, anyways. She looks like a bundle of fun. I want in on that. No, they're gonna think that whatever I'm on is a bundle of fun. They're gonna be like, whatever that is, I want some. But yes, happy Valentine's Day, Keely and T. I can't remember if I told you already, but I'm telling you now. I'm great. Oh, you're not talking to me. Who are you talking to? But yes, I'm gonna figure Instagram out then. If I can stop from doom scrolling on Instagram, I'm gonna figure out Instagram so that I can find a walking club or start my own. Because there's a park right here. There's two parks actually. Sometimes we'll go to I like the bigger of the two little parks, and then there's an even littler park right there that I always laugh at because suddenly the walking track it breaks for like I don't know, maybe 25 feet, just broken. There's nothing there. It's just grass, and then suddenly on the other side it starts again. I don't know why. I don't know why they did that. Hey, Miss Keisha, how are you? Happy Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh, look at Miss Keisha being so beautiful in her. That's hearts? That looks like hearts on your sweater. Very cute. Adore it. I adore it. So I need to know, Keely, Keisha, do you guys have adult people friends? Did you meet those adult people friends when you were an adult? Or are all of your friends, if you have any friends, work friends, college friends, or friends that you grew up your whole life with? Or do you not have any friends? I don't have any friends. Not physical friends here locally. But Miss Debbie, she lives here locally too, and she does water aerobics. I think it's called aqua aerobics, water aerobics, and she does a meeting on Wednesdays. But I don't know where. I need to find out where she does it. I think she lives near me because when we were supposed to originally get together at the park, it was a park that was near me, which is really weird because Fort Worth is huge, and it's kind of like spread out everywhere. I never expected it to be close by, and that park was like 2 miles away. We didn't end up meeting because I think it ended up thunderstorming that day, and it's at a park, and she's in a power wheelchair, so we couldn't do it. So we ended up having to postpone, and then we ended up meeting in downtown Fort Worth for lunch, me, her, and Harji. And that was fun. But maybe I could go to water aerobics with her. She's told me before. I just haven't done it because all the time Wednesdays are my doctor's appointment days. But I can do all of the doctor appointment days on just one Wednesday, hopefully. Like on the 11th, I have an appointment with my neurologist. I have an appointment with my OB. I have an appointment with my PCP, and I have an appointment with my psychiatrist. I did not mean to do that. I didn't even realize I did that. Well, I did mean to do the psychiatrist and the PCP together, but I didn't realize I did that, all of them at the same day. It's going to be a busy flipping day, but at least I'll get it all over with, right? Not really. I have a friend who I've known since I was 18. Outside of that, I don't really have in-person friends. I get that because I don't either. Me neither. But I also moved to a completely different state all by myself years ago, and I just never went outside. No friends had one. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. But you can make new friends. You can make new friends. Right? Nicole's so good at that. She is on it. She's on it. So for those of you guys that don't know, Nicole and her brother are both recovering from surgery, emergency surgery. So please keep her in your prayers. Also, my brother ended up in the ER the other day. We don't know what's wrong. We know what it's not, but we don't know what it is. So please keep him in your prayers. Yeah. And then we are leaving on Thursday, and I'm super excited, and I'm doing everything that I can last minute because I try to do things in advance, and it just doesn't work out that way. And yeah, but I can't remember where you told me you live. What state do you live in? Because I do know Southwest hires, and Southwest hires, and American Express has nothing to do with airlines, but American Express hires only work at homes. But you cannot live. I know for a fact you cannot live in California. You I don't remember what states you could live in, but I know you cannot live in California to work for American Express, but it's a great job. They have great benefits. And then I know Southwest hires work at home. I want to say I don't remember. Dang it. Did I miss Delilah's wonderful product reviews? What was I reviewing today? I review everything all the time. I'm forever like, did you guys know about this? What do we talk about today? I don't think so, but we're going to go over this. Miss Sandra sent these to me around my birthday time, so I call them my birthday present. She sent me a bunch of them. I've never used them because 2 reasons. One, I keep breaking my nails and they're all different lengths, right? Do you see that? Look, Sandra, don't say nothing, okay? Mind your business, girl. But I broke my nail yesterday. I wonder how that happened. We will not get into that, but it broke. And so I had to chop it off. So they kept breaking and they're not even. And I can't stand that they're not even, but I'm trying to make them even. And the only way that I could do that is by making them always like trying to grow them all to the same size or whatever. And for me, my reward is that I get to use them, but that never happened. So instead, I'm like, I'm going on my cruise. Let's do this. So I picked these ones. Jewels, not tools. Yes, mommy. But it broke. So too bad. So sad. It's already gone. But we're going to use these ones. Not today. I don't know how to use them because I held on to them all this time because I knew that I wanted to use them for the trip. And I did get a pedicure. So my toes are hot pink. And these ones, I think, in my opinion, look the most complementary to my hot pink toes. But I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I know you guys can't see from there, but let's show like this. Oh, that looks terrible. This is not like how they call it. This is not like Wiki Feet. But I don't know how to make my toes show you all the toes. Oh, goodness gracious. I know feet are ugly. I'm not trying to show you my feet. I'm trying to show you. See the color? Don't you think they look like they go together, right? They complement each other, right? Because I put them up to them. And out of all the ones, I think these 3 complement them the most best. That makes 0 sense, but you get what I'm saying. So we are going to use those, but I am not going to use it. And I'm not going to use it until we get to, but there's no blue in here. What do you mean blue? Purple. Is it the reflection that's making it look blue? It's purple. They're all purple, but they're just different shades. This is like a purple pink color. Oh, I guess that's kind of pink, I guess. And then this one is white with confetti. Right. Don't worry, I'll cut that part out. We don't do that for free when you get paid to see these toes. Thank you. But just kidding. I forgot what I was saying because I got distracted by the feet. In my opinion, those ones are the ones that complement it the best, or complement the toe colors the best. I knew that they wouldn't match. I didn't want them to match. Right? Isn't this like these ones? I knew I wanted them to. I knew it because I love it because I love how they're colorful. But I didn't want them to match exactly. But we're going to use these when we go. Sandra says they last 7 to 10 days on average best. So we're going to wait because if I do them now, then they're going to be all chipped up by the time I get there. So, and plus we all know that I'm going to be poking at things and breaking more nails and while I wait. So, but I will be putting these on and explaining and telling you guys about them. But you guys know I hate MLMs, but I don't care. I'm still going to tell you about whether or not I like the product itself and how it worked and how good or how bad it worked. Oh yeah, the first one looked blue. Yeah, I thought so too. That once I went like that, I go, oh, that must be what she thought. They looked blue with the reflection. But yeah, so that's what we were gonna do, and then I think I don't remember if I've ever talked to you guys about this. But I have a travel backpack that is my do you bring a hair straightener with you? No, I don't straighten my hair. I try not to put any heat on my hair because I'm trying not to damage it. It's already damaged. I don't want to damage it more. Well, it's less damaged now that I got it cut, but it's way more gray. Over the year, my hair has turned so gray. They're so flipping gray. You can reseal the pack if you don't use them all. Oh, you can? Oh, that's cool. But you know what? There'll be an iron, right? They'll have an iron in the hotel, and they'll have an iron on the cruise, right? I hope. But if I don't have a hair straightener, I am going. My mom's going. I don't know. I don't think she straightens her hair. She might. My aunt's going. She might. My cousin's going. So there's going to be 4 girls. I know I won't bring one because I don't have one. You can use tape to seal. Oh, okay. I will definitely take my tape. And you guys already know. Where is it? I got my little baby scissors. Look how cute they are. They're so cute, you guys. Look. Look how tiny they are. The littlest, tiniest little baby scissors because they are TSA approved. And I can take them with me. So I'll be able to cut the bag straight so I don't destroy it so that I can tape it back up so they don't get damaged or dried out. And if they dry out, it's my fault because I didn't tape it right. But that'll be fun. Thanks for the tip because I would not have known that. I wouldn't have thought about it, to be honest with you. I don't know why I wouldn't have thought about it, but I wouldn't have. But yeah, so that is the tips for this week. So how many of you guys are going to join me on the test? The test that we are going to do, where we are going to see about taking notes when we go to places like, I mean, I don't go anywhere. I go to the coffee shop. I go to the pharmacy. I know the pharmacy lady's name. Her name is Leslie, and she's very sweet. And every time she sees me, she's like, Miss Rodriguez. I'm like, dude, you don't have to call me that, but whatever. And she's like, let me go get your meds. Even before I get to the door, before I get to the counter, let me go get your meds. And I'm like, oh, thank you. That's how often I'm there. And so I really, really, really like the tip of making notes about the people that you meet in the places that you frequent, right? But I don't frequent anywhere but coffee shops. And unfortunately, the coffee shop that we go to the most doesn't have people there. I mean, yes, there's baristas, but you deal with one barista, they close the door on you, and then they do your thing, and then they open the door and they give it to you. And I've never seen the same person twice. But outside of that, they have like 2 tables outside, like a patio kind of deal. And you don't ever see people there. So maybe we're just going to have to stop going to that one and start going to somewhere where there are people there. I don't know. We'll see. And I go to the grocery store and the doctor, and that's it. I know the doctor people's names. I can't pronounce one of the ladies' names. It's a very complicated name. So I don't know her name. But I mean, I know her name in my head. Like I could spell it. It starts with an N. But it's very, very complicated. But Jen said that I could go on Instagram and I can look on my For You page for walking clubs nearby. And I'm going to do that. And if I have to get up earlier and go for a walk in the morning, which will be easier now that I'm not getting up until 6 in the morning, I could get up at 5:30 and be home by 6:30, start work by 6:45, right? Depending on where I go. Well, I guess I'll have to get up earlier, but 5:45 is not bad. I'll figure it out. Or I can start my own and just go walk over here. Yes. It is just nail polish that is 90% dry. So if you leave it up, oh, that makes sense. I thought it was just a sticker, but that makes sense. Okay. This is called Chills and Thrills. I didn't even know it had a name. Chills and Thrills. That's cool. I didn't read the directions yet. Let's see. It says, get a brilliant salon quality manicure in minutes with Color Street. 100% real nail polish strips. They are so easy to apply with no dry time. Just apply and go. And then it speaks another language that I don't read. So I need nail polish remover to get them off? Uh-oh, I didn't think about that. Facebook has them too. Oh, they do? I don't do anything in Facebook, but I could try. I could look it up in Facebook. The problem is that I live in a town that is very big and very sprawled out. There's like, what did we say the other day? There's like 8 million people here in the area, I think. And then right here in this town, I forgot how many there were here. Was it like 1 point something million? Fort Worth populace. I guess I gotta spell it right. Fort Worth population has 1,800,000 and wait, 1,800,000. Wait, 1,008,106 people to over 1.2 million people just here. But then there's 8 million people in the DFW. But it's very, very like sprawled out. Fort Worth itself, not necessarily the area, but Fort Worth itself. Like it can take you from one side of Fort Worth to the other side of Fort Worth, like an hour to get from one side to the other. So it just depends on, so just like looking for, but I could look for Southwest Fort Worth. I guess that's my area. But yes, I'm going to look. We have a Facebook group for our town and another one for our development, but your town is small. You can open the cardboard. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been afraid to open it because I didn't want to mess them up. But I thought about it. Like I was like, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe this came in like in a lot of pack. And so it was packed different. Do they come in a lot of pack? Like multiple options in one? I'm like really tempted to do it with you guys right now so that we can like see what it's like. So that if I F it up, I F it up on my own. Oh, they all come with a little nail filey. Oh, I have to bring my own nail file. Cool. Oh, cute. Look at the little nice cherries on the back. Oh, wait, no, cherries, blueberries, and a banana. That's cute. Oh, and this one has it has an alcohol wipe too. Wait, is it an alcohol wipe? Well, whatever language that is, it says alcohol something. I want to say, is that French? I don't know if you can see that. Alcohol something, ingredients, alcohol something. So I'm assuming it's an alcohol wipe. Whatever language that may be. Oh, okay. It says use immediately after opening, store at room temperature, check out our how-to videos, top coat, color, base coat, all in one. Okay. One-time use only. Do not reseal. Okay. Clean nails before with the nail prep pad. Remove clear cover. Peel polish strip. Tear tab and select end. Apply to nail and gently stretch to fit. File excess. No dry time. Remove with polish remover. I did not consider that. I'm going to have to get some nail polish remover. One more thing Delilah's got to buy. That's okay. Because she keeps forgetting things. So I keep having things come in the mail. That was one from the kit. They sometimes group them. Oh, okay. So so they do. That's what I thought. I assumed it was like a couple of them together, and that's what I assumed. But that makes perfect sense. Okay, that's what we will do. And now I got to get it. Do you think is there such thing as nail polish remover pads? Because we are low on space when it comes to liquids. This is very, very packed. Something in here smells good. It's that perfume sample. I had to take it out of the box because it was getting too crowded in here. I don't even know. This is the same inches wise as a quart size bag, but it's got depth where a quart size bag does not. So I think have your brother pick some up. I can try to have him do it. Whether or not he will is another story. He might forget. He's like me. He's forgetful. But if they don't, they'll probably have some. Will they have some on the cruise ship? Maybe. They'll probably, right? Like I don't know. I'll figure it out. If I have to. Oh, I can't put it in a plastic bottle because it might eat through the plastic. I mean, they put it in plastic. Do they sell tiny little travel nail polish removers? Is there such thing as a nail polish remover stick? Because there should be. There's not. So the plan is, or the experiment is, that we are going to talk to people. Obviously, I'm not going to be local for a couple weeks, but when I get back, I will start now. The next time I go out, look at my phone. Aha, okay. That looks like Target. We're going to Target. I need to go to Target for something anyways. I resealed these in a yeah. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Oh, I love it. I love it. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Because we're out of liquid room. We are out. But if they're pads, I bet you they could pass as alcohol wipes. Because I got to put alcohol wipes in with the homie, because I got to bring the homie with me. And my plan is to bring 2 homies with me. I'm going to have to, right? Yeah, I'm going to have to, too. Okay. I was trying to count the days. Like, there's 2 Mondays that I'll be gone, so I have no choice. But yes, so thank you guys for joining us for chapter 13. I hope you guys have some really awesome plans and have a great weekend. But Keely, send me an email. I don't even know if you're still here, but if you are, send me an email. And if you're not, maybe Felicia has your email, and then she can send you my email. I'll ask her. But I can hear him. I'm sure he's getting hungry. I'm getting hungry. It's already 5:30. So this is like going to be the shortest live I've ever done, because Delilah's getting hungry and she's got to go cook some fish. Because if I let him do it, who knows how it'll turn out. I don't even know if I'm going to know how to make it, because I've never made that kind frozen before. Well, it's not frozen anymore, but you know what I mean. So I adore you all. Give me some digital hugs. I hope you guys have a very happy Valentine's Day. Nicole, you're in my prayers. And I adore you all. And we'll see you guys soon, okay? Shoot. Monday's planner live is on hold right now, because I don't know if I will be able to do it, but we will try. We will try very hard. Very, very hard. But if we do it, it will have a hard stop, because I got no choice, but I got to get things done. So I adore you all, and I'll see you soon.